Yo, what's up, guys? This is Mex here, giving you the first episode of the Celtics Corner. Very excited to start this whole entire thing with you guys. Wish I've done it earlier, but we're here for episode 1, and great way to start it is by talking about this crazy trade between the Celtics and Cavaliers. So Kyrie Irving gets traded to the Celtics for Isaiah Thomas, Jae Crowder, Zizic, and the beloved first round, possibly top 10 overall pick of 2018 from the Nets. My initial reaction was an emotional reaction. It was reaction, So, taking it back a few months ago when we lost in Game 5, for a while, I've always been an Isaiah Thomas fan, especially when he was in Sacramento. He was a pretty decent player. I saw some potential. I didn't see this, though, of averaging 25 a game and playing and just doing a great job on the floor. And then Jae Crowder, I did like him in Dallas, and I was happy with the trade when we first got him. But I was always pushing for Isaiah to get traded. For one, he wanted the huge trucks to come, the Brinks trucks, whatever he said, for all that money. Okay, and I believed we weren't gonna pay him, so I was really expecting a trade. And please do not get upset what I'm saying, because if you hear me out before you make a reaction on what you think of this channel so far. But think about it. He's 5'9". He's against the Cavs. They literally had to just guard him. The problem. So I'm giving you the take of why it was okay to trade him. So every time he drove in, he would normally give the ball up when it was 23, 22 seconds, 20 seconds into the shot clock. There's only a few seconds left in the shot clock, forcing the next player to react. He did drop 30 on certain nights. He did have an amazing run. He did a lot of things for us. Don't get me wrong. But I am sad. I didn't want him. I wanted him to go, but emotionally I didn't, because he was the heart of this team. But if you just look at it as an NBA, I know it's all a business, but if you look at it as an NBA perspective, just as a fan, this trade was a good trade. The only problem I have with it is I really wish it was not the Nets pick. When I saw the trade, I was very sad. I was shocked. At the same time, I was like, oh, wow, we got Kyrie, wow. But then, I was telling myself, which pick though? Is it the Nets? Is it the pick we got from the 76ers? Was it Lakers Kings kit pick, I believe? What was it? What other pick we give up? Because we had what, I think we had 4 or 5 first rounders, or 5 or 6 like picks generally next year, something like that. What we did, and then the report came out saying, and I was at work, by the way, and I got this text, and I just wanted to look at it for half a second, see if it wasn't my girlfriend or anything, and then boom, it was the report that this trade happened, and it was shocking us. I was excited to an extent, but one of the first questions that did pop up was, How does Gordon Hayward feel? Because I like Gordon Hayward. I think he can be our second or third best player on our team, on a championship team. He can be that guy, second or third, kind of like I'm not saying he's going to be the same caliber, but like a Scottie Pippen or Steve Kerr to Michael, or Dennis Rodman, I mean, to Michael. You have Robert Parrish to McHale, and Larry Bird, if you want to go Celtics terms, Bob Cousy to Bill Russell, or any other, just a second or third guy on the team that can be on the championship team. That's what I saw Gordon Hayward as. And the way I was all feeling, it was going to be Isaiah, Hayward, and Horford. That's how I was feeling like. I was not, like, I'm a true believer in pushing out Horford. That man is making $28 million a year. And I was kind of pushing for Isaiah too. But my thing was to get rid of Horford first. I know people like Horford, but I believe Horford should have been out first. But that didn't happen. I get it from the Cavaliers' perspective. You need future assets. So you have a guy like Horford who is 30. So all this was going through my mind when the trade first kicked in. And that's probably... So let's talk about the trade. So let's break it down, okay? So you have Kyrie Irving and Isaiah. Technically the same player from player efficiency and so on. Offensive juggernauts and so on. Okay. The only possible advantage is Isaiah kind of won more games for us than Kyrie had to do for the Cavs. And you could say, well, he has LeBron. Well, if we can go back a few years, he was still a young kid. But if we can go back a few years, I guess we can look at it at that standpoint. Kyrie is a few years younger. Kyrie is about 5-6 inches taller, half a foot. Kyrie has a higher ceiling than Isaiah does. Isaiah, the only thing is Isaiah embraced Boston. He embraced it so much, he embraced Tom Brady. he embraced that culture. That's what's a killer. The problem is that Isaiah for Kyrie is very touchy right now. It's very... people will be upset possibly if they listen to this, or possibly upset at anyone who's talking right now about Isaiah. But that's why we're gonna let this go now, and we're gonna just talk about everything else. Now the Nets pick is the next touchy subject, the next touchy item that people are going to be upset or okay about. One perspective is the Nets have nothing to lose. If they tank, there's no reason. You're giving the Cavs a better pick. If they just got D'Angelo Russell, who's going to be dropping 20-30 a game possibly. This guy he's going to have, it's going to be his team. Him and Jeremy Lin's going to be playing. I forgot who else is on that team. But they have a decent squad. And they're going to be scoring. And they might be decent. Well, definitely they're going to be in the top 10. The issue I have is, are they going to be top 5? Chicago Bulls, that's 1. Chicago Bulls is going to tank. They're going to tank big time. That's possibly the number 1 spot already being gone. Right there. The Kings are going to be doing better. There's going to be teams that are going to be rising, but then there's going to be teams that are just going to be worse. Like the Sixers are not. The Sixers are going to be out of that top 5 for sure. So there's a chance about the Nets getting a high pick, but you did get a number 1 overall pick in Kyrie Irving. Okay, after that touchy touchy piece of the trade. Now after that is Jae Crowder. I know a lot of people did not like Jae Crowder. I enjoy watching him with Dallas. I don't know what was people's problem with him, just because he's always on edge. That's how he is. He's a decent to a good defender. Um, he has a lot of intensity in him. I enjoy watching him all the time. But a lot of people wanted him out, and I get it also. And then another thing is, you have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and then all these other players coming in. You're gonna have to fill in spots, and Jae Crowder might lose minutes if Brad Stevens don't want to play him at the 4. So, and because you got one of the Morris twins, and then you did get what's his name? Al Horford might drop to the 4, and you bring in that guy. I can't think of his name at the moment, but he was the center who used to play for the Pistons. He might play the 5, and you have Al Horford playing the 4, or Morris playing the 4. It's going to be mix and matching, and Jaylen Brown can possibly play the 4 if need be, and then Gordon Hayward playing the 3. It's Marcus Smart can play the 2. It's going to be a little bit of a bigger squad, and I get why they let him go, to give more minutes to the young guys. And plus the other thing is, remember when Gordon Hayward was playing for Utah, and some of the Celtics fans, they were kind of giving Hayward praise, and Crowder didn't like it. I guess that's a kind of a discrepancy right there. Just an issue right there, where he possibly doesn't like Hayward. So I get that. And then Zizic, just another. So literally they got a top player, kind of replacing Irving. Now, for 1 year. Okay. Then you got Jae Crowder, who's a filler for the cap space. You got Zizic for a prospect, and then you got a future first round pick. The Cavaliers did a great job. But I appreciate you guys listening to me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Get ready for episode 2. Appreciate you guys listening. Hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Peace from Celtics Corner.